Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Asfa Abadillah Rohan from Institut Teknologi 10 November Surabaya, Indonesia. Our team consists of me, Nur Iriawan, and Kartika Fitriasari. I would like to present our results, poverty estimation using a satellite image with model selection. Poverty is a global skill problem that concerns all countries, including Indonesia. Poverty in a socio-economic context is defined as the inability of a person of a household or a household to meet their primary needs. UN is committed to eradicating poverty by 2030, as stated in the first goal of the SDGs. World Bank stated that most countries use household income or consumption as the basis of determining wealth. Unfortunately, timely and reliable data collection is difficult and expensive because it requires detailed data collection directly from individuals and households. New sources of potential data have emerged to estimate poverty, such as mobile phone data and satellite image. Nur Aligana getting datum and showed that like levels were correlated with asset-based wealth measure in 37 African countries. But however, this approach has poor performance for measuring low-income areas, as the level of light captured by the satellite is indistinguishable from the noise that occurs when the satellite captures light. Blumenstock, Kadamuro, and on made another approach using mobile phone data, showing confusing results. However, it is difficult to compare the result with other countries due to dataset difference. Jean introduced a new approach based on deep learning to extract features from daily satellite imagery that indicate poverty. This method gives satisfactory result in predicting the distribution of economic welfare in 4 African countries, with R-square reaching 75%. This method is able to distinguish between poor and non-poor clusters. Yet, Mengwen, Tran, and Blumenstock measured household wealth index based on multiple index. Using the same method as Jean, the model produces R-square up to 74%. Meanwhile, Ngestrini predicted poverty in Indonesia using various methods: the naive, multi-step learning, and semantic segmentation. The best result obtained R-square of 65% using the data of night light intensity and the variable extracted from the segmentation. Using the CNN and different regression model, we wish to estimate the per capita expenditure of 40 regencies in Central Java and the special region of Yogyakarta. We also test whether fine-tuning a pre-trained model is necessary to improve model performance. While fine-tuning VG16, we also reduce the last fully connected layer to 32 nodes to avoid the curse of dimensionality. Prior studies use regular models such as regression and lasso regression. Both models are suitable for interpretation but less convenient for prediction. Thus, we will compare those two models with some predictive models. By only using public accessible and quickly updated data, the results of this study are expected to provide a grim picture but also provide up-to-date information in mapping the level of per capita expenditure. CNN is designed to directly recognize the visual pattern of an image with minimal processing. We implemented transfer learning to speed up the training process and to improve model performance. Transfer learning is a process of copying knowledge from an existing network to a new one to solve similar problem. We use VG16 as the base architecture. Machine learning builds mathematical models using the theory of statistics to make inferences from sample data. Machine learning could be predictive or descriptive, as shown here. Model selection is a method for choosing the best model once each model has been assessed against the required criteria. We opted for random search with repeated k-fold cross-validation to validate each model and to select the best model. We use two evaluation metrics, RMSE and R-square. Talking about material and methods, the data used in this study are obtained from Badan Pusat Statistik, Google Maps, and National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. Data retrieved from BPS is adjusted per capita expenditure of Central Java and Special Region of Jakarta in 2019. Raw daytime images are downloaded from Google, and we use DMSP OLS nighttime light as our nighttime image. We conducted the estimation using multi-step learning. First, VGG16 predicts the nighttime light intensities corresponding to the daytime image input. Then we extract the daytime image features using the last fully connected layer. Finally, we use per capita expenditure with the corresponding features extracted from daytime image to train multiple model, and then testing the difference between the estimation between the base VGG16 and the fine-tuned VGG16. Here is our result. We split the image data to training image and validation image and adding image augmentation. The result is the new VGG16 architecture performed well. The training process stopped at epoch 26 with the validation loss of 0.538 and the validation accuracy of 0.767. The training process stopped at epoch 36 because there was no improvement after 10 epochs. It can be seen that the densities between fine-tuned VGG16 and the base VGG16 across 6 models are quite the same. Wilcoxon rank sum test suggests that both VGGs produce the same median RMSE. The best model that achieved the lowest median RMSE and the lowest median R-square is fine-tuned VGG16 with random forest. However, random forest cannot detect the second bump in the density of the observed value, and random forest failed to predict the highest value with low error. There are 6 observations lie outside the boundary, with Kota Yogyakarta having the most significant absolute error. Using all outcome as observation to prediction to predict gives us a great value of RMSE and R-square. The conclusion we obtained are as follows. Adding augmentation to the nighttime light classification is an excellent first step, as there is no indication of underfitting and overfitting. Features extracted from the base VGG16 and the fine-tuned have no difference in RMSE. Reducing the number of nodes is helpful in reducing the computational process, and the best model combination that generates the best result is fine-tuned VGG16 with random forest. For future research, using more regression observation are preferable, and also adding more variables generated from satellite is also a good choice. And the last, combining the random forest with other models using model stacking can help the model to predict values beyond the range of the training data. Thank you for listening our presentation. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.